Are you looking to go from average to excellent in the DET's Write About the Photo task? A lot of students don't realize that you can take a level 90 answer and with just a few steps turn it into 140 or higher. So we're going to look at 9 tips for doing exactly that, changing from level 90 to level 140 in DET's Write About the Photo. So let's get started. Hello, I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Today, DET's Write About the Photo. We're going to show you 9 tips for how to change a level 90 answer to 140. But before we do that, let's quickly review what Write About the Photo is all about. So basically, you get a photo, you have 60 seconds. What do you have to do? You have to write about it. And you'll probably write like 2, 3, or 4 sentences. And this question will come 3 times in your DET exam, and it contributes to your literacy and production subscores. Now, we've prepared a level 90 answer that we're going to gradually improve with all of those tips. Let's take a look at it now. So it's for this photo. And it says, this photo shows a young man running with his dog. The man is wearing a red t-shirt and comfortable grey trousers. I think it's autumn because there are no leaves on the trees and the light has a special quality. His dog is brown, strong and medium-sized. They are both enjoying themselves. Okay, so it's not terrible, but we can definitely improve on that. So the first step that we should take is to structure our answer. We can start with one sentence that gives a general idea of what is happening in the photo, and then we can go into more details. And I think a really good order is these 5 questions. You can try to answer these in your writing. So, what does the picture show? Who is doing what? Where is the action happening? When is the action happening, and why are they doing the action? And if you can follow those, that will already be a very nicely organized answer. So we still start by saying this photo shows a young man running with his dog, and then we talk about the man, like what he's wearing, and then we talk about the dog. So we've put the sentence about autumn, about when, a little bit later. So we've got all of the subjects, the man and the dog, earlier in our answer. Tip 2 is to use more specific vocabulary. This is really good for improving your score because it shows that you don't just know the normal words in English. You have more interesting language for specific situations. So let's take a look at our answer, and we've underlined 2 sections. And I want you to think, do you know any words or phrases that we could use to be more specific about comfortable grey trousers or there are no leaves on the trees? So I want you just to pause the video now and give yourself 10 or 20 seconds and think, is there a better way, a more specific way to say those 2 things? Have a try now. Okay, so let's take a look at some possible answers. So for the comfortable grey trousers, we could have said grey joggers. And for the there are no leaves on the trees, a great word is the trees are bare. They are bare. So bare, no leaves. Tip 3 is to add adjectives and adverbs, because these can give a really nice extra bit of detail to your answers. Now, adjectives, words that describe a thing. Adverbs, words that describe the way that we do something. Okay, let's take a look at the answer again. And I've chosen some places where I think you could add either an adjective or an adverb to make our answer more detailed and higher level. So again, I'm going to give you just a few seconds. If you want, you can pause the video, and I want you to choose some suitable words for those spaces, okay? Have a try at that now. Okay, so very good. Let's take a look at some possible choices. So for dog, we could say his pet dog. You could also say his strong dog, his big dog, his lovely dog. If you don't like dogs, you could say his awful dog, his scary dog. But I like dogs, so I'm going to say something nice. Then about the t-shirt, we could say his bright red t-shirt. About the light, you could say a special golden quality. That's very nice writing. And they are obviously, so this is the adverb, they are obviously both enjoying themselves. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future DET information and practice videos. Tip 4 is to add complex details. So we've talked a little bit about details. For example, it's his bright t-shirt, it's his pet dog. But if we add some complex details as well, this will really help us to stand out and be different compared to all of the other answers and all of the other students. For example, you could give reasons for your ideas. You could talk about the context of the photo, or you could talk about feelings and emotions in the photo. Of course, you don't have to include all of those. You only have 60 seconds, but we're giving you lots of different ideas for what you could talk about. So let's add some context and reason to our answer. So we could say, they're obviously both enjoying themselves as they seem comfortable and relaxed. Perhaps the owner has decided to take advantage of the last of the sunshine before winter arrives. Tip 5 is to speculate using modal verbs. Speculate basically means guess. So when we're not sure about something, but we think it could be true. Now in our answer, we've already got 2 areas of speculation. We say, I think it's autumn, and perhaps the owner. And those are okay, but we can change those with modal verbs to improve the language a little bit. So modal verbs are verbs like could, might, may. And using those instead of I think just makes our answer a bit more formal and a bit higher level. So we could say it might be autumn, and we could say the owner may have decided. It's only little changes, but it makes a difference. Tip 6 is to avoid lists. Don't use lists. For example, in our answer we say his dog is big, brown, strong, scary, might eat me, and etc., etc. Lists are not great writing. Instead, we could try to divide these into a couple of different sentences and maybe use some complex grammar to show how good our grammar is. So instead of his dog is brown, strong, and medium-sized, we could say his medium-sized dog is a brownish color and looks quite powerful. It's all of the same details basically, but we've put it in a more interesting way because we didn't use a list. Tip 7 is about how we can finish our answer. So it's really good to finish with some kind of sentence about the tone or the feeling or the context of the photo. And we've got some great sentence starters for you to use. So we could say, overall, the image transmits a sense of, and then you could say something like a sense of peace, a sense of happiness. Or we could say, the general tone of the photo is, or looking at the photo, you get the impression that, and get the impression means you have the idea that, and then you say they're having a great time, or they might stay in this place for a long time. Whatever it is, it depends on the photo. But these are really nice sentences to finish your answer. So for our answer about the man and his dog, we could say, overall, the image transmits a sense of positivity and companionship. Tip 8 is something that not many students consider, but it could be quite useful. And that is that you can divide your answer into 2 separate paragraphs. Now, of course, you do only have 1 minute to write, so this might not be, something you do every time, but it can help to organize your answer. For example, you could do 1 paragraph of 2 sentences describing the photo, And then the second paragraph, another 2 sentences, speculating, saying what could be happening, how might they be feeling, why might they be there doing that thing. Or you could divide between people in the first paragraph and the place in the second paragraph. Now, this is not absolutely essential. This is kind of really high level thing. So don't worry if this seems like too much to do in your 60 seconds. But here is how we have divided ours if we're going to do 2 paragraphs. So the first paragraph, we're still talking about what everything looks like. So where are they? Who are they? What are they doing? And then the second paragraph, we're talking more about the reason that they're there, the feeling that we get from the photo. Finally, tip 9 is to use linkers. So linking words are a great way to turn simple sentences, like if you have 2 simple sentences separately, to convert them, change them into one longer complex sentence. Because if you use more complex sentences, that proves that your grammar is better, and it means a higher score. So for example, in our answer we say, the man is wearing a bright red t-shirt and grey joggers, end of sentence, his medium-sized dog. We can connect those using the word while. So he's wearing a t-shirt and grey joggers while his medium-sized dog is a brownish color and looks quite powerful. And just with that very simple change, we're able to turn 2 simple sentences into one longer complex sentence, which is going to get us a better score. So there we go. 9 tips to help you move from a level 90 answer to a level 140 answer in Write About the Photo. If you actually want to be able to do these though, you do have to practice. It's not enough just to know the things to do. You have to be able to do those things. And that comes through repeating and repeating, practicing, and really focusing on, if you realize that you have a weakness in this area, focus on it. Keep improving it. So we have a lot of videos, a huge playlist of DET practice videos, including ones about Write About the Photo and Speak About the Photo as well. You can check out the playlist under the video here. If you found today's video useful, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.